Hello. All right, there we go. Hello, my little darlings. My little dragon darlings. Hello, how are you? Hello, Rick. Hello, Complexity. My girl, Vanessa. Both of my girls, Vanessa and Vanessa. Okay. What's up, Shannon? Hello. What's up, Top Flight? By the way, Top Flight, I did not. I was like multitasking, right? God forbid. And I believe it was you, but you had left something on the video that you had left a comment on a video that I had made without any filter, right? And I misread it and I just like grazed by your name and it didn't register and I deleted it. And then I was like, oh, wait, that was Top Flight. That wasn't a negative comment. He would not say something negative about me or to me. So I felt pretty damn stupid. What's up, Lori? How you doing? What's up, Amanda? What's up, Sugar? So sorry about that. So I don't know if you noticed that your comment was deleted, but I'm really sorry about that. What's up, Lindsay? Good to see you guys. Monica, thank you so much for the first super chat of the evening. Yes, you guys, welcome to All Signs. This is what you can expect for this week. We have some gnarly stuff going on. I mean, that Venus opposition to Mars, I believe it's on the 12th, is a little gnarly. Not looking forward to that. So it could definitely be like women versus men issues. You can see a lot of things going on. There can be some fatal attraction things happening. You know, Mars retrograde like that can be a bit of a stalker, a little bit of a stalkerish energy. You know, masculine energy retrograde in Leo. You can see a lot of like petty, ego-driven arguments, etc. And Venus is trying to live her best life there in Aquarius, and she might be having a little issue by the end of this week. I think it's on Thursday. And then we also have the full moon, I believe on Friday or Saturday in Gemini. It's going to be squaring Neptune. So whatever it is that we're completing, whatever it is that's being revealed to us, there may not be some truths. Like everything may not necessarily be as it seems, or it can be things that are super unexpected in some kind of way, or something is kind of revealed to us and we don't know what truth to believe. Vanessa, thank you so much for that second super chat. So definitely some things to adjust to, I want to say. What's up, Claudia? What's up, Kidez? It's nice to see you. So we're gonna take a look at what you can expect for this week coming up for the rest of this week. So Aries through to Pisces. Yes, I am taking super chat questions. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so right here in the chat box below. Hey, Faye. And I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah. Make sure you check for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. If you want to book a personal, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and see what we got. Let me turn on my Ethel Kane in the background that you guys will not be able to hear, obviously. Oh, thanks, Top Flight. No, it's no worries. It's no worries. Okay, let's see. All right. Got to put on my sad girl playlist. Period. All right. Okay, let's do it. Okay, guys. Read your article, had to be said. I appreciate that. You know, I didn't get a whole lot of feedback on that. I know it's really controversial, but I don't have a aspect in Mercury, you know. So that bitch really likes to kind of stand on her own. At least not with any like real aspects, you know. And I sometimes refrain from talking at all because I know I can be very blunt. And that article was very real for me, and it was through things I have experienced. And it doesn't mean that I think men are bad. It just means that I think that they could do better. That's it. Do you know how many times I have been an absolute piece of crap? Do you know how many times? I mean, honestly, when I was drinking and stuff, I was not a good mom. Back when I was drinking all the time and doing all of these things and screwing up my life and screwing up my credit and doing all of these terrible things. I could be very verbally abusive in my past relationships, all of those things. But you know what? I've improved, right? I'm 5 years sober. I don't do a lot of those things anymore. I'm not saying I don't get triggered. I'm not saying that anybody has to be perfect. But if we're not actively being like, "You know what? I don't need to do that shit anymore." And I am really cutting myself off of the knees when I do this, and until we can admit that to ourselves, then if we don't, there's really no room for growth. If there's no acknowledgement, then there's no accountability. If there's no accountability, then there's no way to move forward because we're essentially keeping ourselves in a box. I like men. I like hanging out with men. Some of my best friend is a man. My other best friend is also a man, a Libra and a Sagittarius to be exact. And I enjoy being in their company. I don't particularly enjoy dating them, however. I want to, I want it to be worth it. So I'm like, "Hey, I'm cheering you on, like, you can do it," and I think that my article so yeah, if you guys want to go read that, you can check out my Substack. It's called Dear Men, and great. Please don't tell me that this is glitching. It's called Dear Men. You can check it out. The link is in my bio. You should definitely like it up, leave a comment on the post, follow me on there, all of that good stuff. So yeah, what's up, Turquoise? Alcohol showed me the real me, accepted, made the changes. I don't think it showed me the real me. I think it showed me the unhealed me. When I was drinking, a lot of the things that had happened to me would come out, the anger, the rage, the frustration. But naturally, who I was before any of those things happened to me, I was a very soft, sweet, empathic girl, and I still am. But instead of dealing with what had happened to me, I was suppressing what had happened to me through means of alcohol, sex, etc. That was it. And so I suppressed it and suppressed it and suppressed it. And then it turned into a really, really ugly shadow that followed me around like a dark cloud and, showed me in my worst light. And while the things that happened to me weren't necessarily my fault, uh, it was my fault for not learning how to deal with these things properly. And of course, growing up in a party household with 2 fire sign parents, right, that were just wild and crazy, and there was drinking all the time. I mean, that was my first go-to. That was my first go-to. And I really there were moments where that empathic girl would shine through. Those bits and those pieces of me, that pure, pristine part of me would really shine through in my most vulnerable moments. But a lot of it, you could see the rage coming out. You could see the abandonment wounds. You could see the fear of abandonment. You could see the mommy issues, the daddy issues, the me issues, and I think that my mind never quite matured from when I started drinking in the way that it should have. And then what happens when we suppress those things and we don't admit to ourselves, hey, we have these things, or maybe we do admit it, but we decide to ruin ourselves anyway. Then what happens is we ruin everyone else around us. Because it's like the moldy strawberry theory that, I've said before, where it's like you could have a beautiful, crisp, fresh bowl of strawberries. You take one moldy strawberry and you put it in the middle, all the rest are going to turn moldy as well. So, these things are fixable because guess what? Guess what, guys? I too have been a piece of shit. Yes. You know, but you can change that. You can change that. Oh my God, Brady's tit is here. Oh my God, hi. Oh my God, you guys. You guys don't know her, but she is a Virgo legend. Some of you might know her, maybe, but most of you don't. I love you so much. It is so nice to see you in here. What's up, Carmelita? Um, Kinez says I'm a recovering asshole. Seriously. Alcohol is a tool, albeit unhealthy, that we use to cope in really unhealthy dynamics. Yeah, absolutely. Love your authenticity. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, nobody's perfect, and that is absolutely okay, but I definitely don't want to be, the type of person where when you walk away from me, you feel worse about yourself, you know, or I don't want my kid, you know, like, no shade to my parents. I still love them, you know, I still love the people that have hurt me and things like that, and, you know, they did the best that they could with what they had, but I grew up in a bit of a toxic household, a very party alcoholic household, and, I became kind of a byproduct of my surroundings a little bit, and, I think there was a poem that I wrote recently where I said, "I have my mother's claws, but own my father's tragedies," or something like that, and, like, that's so fucking true, dude. So, yeah. Oh, I love you too, BT. Yeah, Mercury retrograde is is a great time. You know, it's going retrograde through my 8th house right now. So definitely some deep things that I'm doing during this Mercury retrograde. I was like, I'm not using the skin filter on here anymore. Okay. And it's a small thing, right? But it's not though for me. You know, it wasn't. So anyway, I'm not gonna get onto my soapbox with that one, but yeah, so anyway, oh, that's good, Nicole. I hope so. But yeah, you know, a lot of growth. A lot of growth. So, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Let's do it. Okay. What the fuck is that wire? That is so what is that? Oh, honey. Okay. That was ugly. I'm sorry. That was maybe that's the Venus in me, but that was just so not aesthetically pleasing to me, that fucking wire there. Oh my God. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at what you can expect for the rest of this week, okay? So, oh, honey, the tatas are already sweating, girl. I can feel it. All right. Oh, thanks, Kelly. You're so cute. All right. All right. Thank you, Zaza. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at Aries. Or do you guys want to go backwards again? Do you guys want to go backwards or do you want to start with Aries? What's up, Megs? It's nice to see you. You have done what many have not done, got past your experience in your childhood and past and turn it around. What you are today, we all applaud what you are today. Oh, Tom, I love you so much. We love a Capricorn rising, honey. Okay. So I see most of the votes seem to be with Aries. Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and do Aries then. Tom, for real though, thank you for saying that. And Beat It, I'm so happy to see you here. I missed you so much. I saw her wearing my old school Bratty Cupcakes merch the other day, and that was it for me. Got a little teary eyed. You know what I'm saying? Those were the days. Of course, Carmen, you're going to say that. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and take a look at what you can expect. How do I want to do this layout? Hold on, let me think. God, I love these nails. These are so Venus and Scorpio. I just love them. Venus and Aries, Venus and Scorpio. Mm, okay. I know what to do. You're in the energy of the Six of Cups. You might be reminiscing a lot this week. Okay. You might be thinking a lot about past relationships, past connections, past soulmates. And keep in mind that, this can be friends as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be about love. But that Knight of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that there's a little bit of a standstill going on in regards to those things. It's like you're thinking a lot about the past, but you're not really sure how to move forward. You're kind of stuck. There's even this energy of, which is very unlike you, but this energy of maybe caring too much about the status quo, caring too much about what people think, caring too much to turn it into um like a website, a Shopify store, a Substack, whatever the thing is. So there's definitely a lot of questioning going on in regards to that. Give me one more. The Three of Swords in reverse. You're trying to move forward with something, but it seems like you're still pretty stuck on whatever it is. And if it is about a soulmate connection, that's exactly what it's about. It's you having a hard time moving on or overcoming that connection in some way. You could even be reconnecting with somebody here this week, which is very on par for that, right? Your ruler is retrograde during this time. Mercury is retrograde during this time, right? And I believe if you're an Aries rising, Mars going through your fifth house. Yeah, Mars going through your fifth house can definitely be an indicator of that. Something external or outside of you is the Temperance. Could be a Sagittarius that you're dealing with. Then you have the Star in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this to me makes me feel like there's some doubt, there's some lack of motivation in regards to a relationship, in regards to some kind of dream that you have. And there's a little bit of lost hope. It's a little lackluster. You could feel like there's a little bit of a delay, but really I think that this has everything to do with you. I'm not saying that there are not external influences. Quite literally, that's what this part is the external influence, but it makes me feel like you are the biggest influence of that external influence. Do you know what I'm saying by that? And that Temperance tells me that there's something coming in for you. And I don't know if it's a person. I don't know if it's help from a boss. I don't know if it's a friend. I don't know if you're studying a course or something that puts you back on, but it's this energy of things coming into balance for you. But you still have a lot of doubts. And I think it's because of something that you're still attempting to overcome, right? Because we can have it made, right? We can be the most beautiful, most talented person in the world. But if there are things that we have still not overcome or things that we're still hurting from, we can be a little lackluster. That those seeds of doubt can start to set in one way or another. Five of Wands. Two of Cups in reverse, the Lovers in reverse. If you've been, once again, if you've been feeling disconnected from somebody, if you've been in some kind of drama with a friend or a lover, somebody that you've had a lack of understanding with, somebody that you've had a misunderstanding with, I think things can get resolved this week. Do I think it'll be easy? No, I don't. But I really think that a lot of it has to do with ego, that Five of Wands. And because it seems like a lot of it has to do with ego, I think that makes things a little bit easier, especially with Mars going retrograde in Leo. I mean, you know, a lot of it can be around ego. And so I think it's easier to resolve than you may realize. I think that there are some things that you're going to go back to, like you and this person may end up readdressing some kind of issue around morals, values, religious or spiritual beliefs, or whatever the case may be. But you'll get to the bottom of whatever that is. House 6, water your garden. a time to give rather than take. Wow, double Virgo, double homicide. So you could be dealing with the Virgo, but this is essentially saying, like, are you taking care of your health? Are you taking care of the foundation, the building blocks that build your life up for success? Because that's essentially what house 6 is. This is where we take care of our health. This is where we have our routine. What are we doing on a day to day basis? Those little things that you do on a day to day basis, those little habits and things like that are a lot bigger than you think that they are. Those little details are a lot bigger than you think that they are. And I really think that this is a time where you need to make sure that you're taking care of those things. And also, it's really interesting that you have house 6 and you also have new moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. This may be telling you to, dare I say, but humble yourselves a little bit towards something. Somebody may need your help. You may need to offer your services. You may need to help somebody. It's literally the sign and the house of service. And so it may be saying that something around that, like maybe you have something to offer and somebody's less fortunate in some kind of way. I don't know why it's saying that, but that can be the case. Okay. Either one. So thank you, Aries. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so right here on YouTube. What's up, Sierra? All right. Let's get some water. One sec. Thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa Williams keeps my lights on. All right, Taurus, let's go ahead and see what you can expect for this week. Well, I don't know why I'm doing that. The 9 of Cups, I like it. You're doing your own thing, and you're happy doing it. It could be that some of you are laying a little solo this week, kind of doing your own thing. Venus in Aquarius likes to do their own thing, right? And that 9 of Cups tells me that you feel fulfilled doing that. That 9 of Cups also tells me that maybe you're single for some of you. Maybe you're open to relation. Maybe relation. Bitch, how old are you? You're open to a relationship. But I like the 9 of Cups. It shows me that you're maybe indulging a little bit. Ooh. Well, that's your energy. So for my feminine Tauruses, this could be reversed. You're showing up in a very emotionally mature energy, okay? It seems like you may be in love with someone, or it can be that, maybe it's this person in your energy. I'm not really sure. But if that King of Cups is you, it's you showing up in a very mature, cool, calm, collected energy, very understanding, very open to communication, very open to vulnerability. And I think that's making you happy. It can be a very specific Queen of Swords in reverse. So I don't really know which one you are, but I will say this. The masculine seems to be cool, calm, and collected, showing up as very mature, etc. But that Queen of Swords in reverse shows me that there's a feminine energy here who seems pretty pissed off, And I'm not sure why. Why is she pissed? The Hierophant over a relationship, over you if you're a Taurus. Okay. Could be over a relationship, though. Could be a difference in morals, values, things like that not aligning, a foundation being broken. But the feminine energy is really triggered by this person, is what this feels like to me. The Three of Wands in reverse, the Six of Swords, the Ten of Swords. This can definitely be some issues around betrayal. And it seems like you may be very frustrated by this. If you I'm not sure who's who here. Is this reading for a feminine energy? No. Okay, so this is for a masculine. So there may be somebody outside of you that is very frustrated by you, by your behavior, by the connection, by the relationship, by their own behavior, but they're frustrated because they feel like they're not getting anywhere with you. And with that Six of Swords, this looks like somebody who's like, I'm done. I'm moving on. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. You know, it's like somebody who, like, you're having a conversation with them and they just kind of lose it and they're like, "Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you." And they just kind of leave. That's what it looks like to me. And it looks like something is done or something is ending. Doesn't mean it can't start back up again, but that 10 of Swords is like nail in the coffin energy, you know? And I know that sounds really crappy, like nobody wants to hear that. What's up, Kismet? Good for you. But it seems like it's kind of done here. So with that Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles and the Death in reverse, you know, it can definitely be an energy of not being able to get on the same page, not being able to get along. You know, those things can certainly be present. But I like that the two nines are here because it tells me that you're focusing on yourself. It seems like you're in a very comfortable spot in your life, a space in your life. And I do think with that Death in reverse, I think that you may be having a hard time finding a way to evolve a relationship that you're attempting to evolve. And just because the nines are singular energy, yes, but you have the King of Cups there in your energy. And I asked if it was a masculine and it said yes. So I would imagine that this is you. So while the nines are singular individual energy, they're still open to relationship, especially with that King of Cups there. And I feel like maybe something's not evolving in the way that you need it to, and so I think you're still kind of holding on to that. But with that Nine of Pentacles, you'll still be able to find time to be able to relax, to be able to enjoy yourself. Money also maybe looking very good as well. Cardinal, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. And New Moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. So I love this for you. So it's saying take initiative, you know, be brave, speak your mind, go out and get the things that you want to get and embrace your authentic nature, embrace who you are, you know, whatever your north node is in, focus on whatever that may be for you. And I think that as long as you do that and you follow the course, I think that you'll come into some money, some more money, maybe you'll land a job, something like that. But there's an opportunity for you to have more abundance than what you have now. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Thank you so much. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so right in the chat box below. Okay. Let's move on. Oh, Rick, I'm sorry. All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and see what you have going on. The Strength in reverse, maybe not feeling super confident this week, you know? I'd be careful, like just watch what you're saying and stuff. This kind of reminds me of the Mars retrograde a little bit with that Strength in reverse. But oh yeah, and especially if you're a Gemini rising, I didn't even think Mars going retrograde through your third house. There can definitely be some things that, because the Strength in reverse is like, okay, I can't hold on to this anymore. I can't hold back anymore of this. Like, I'm just going to say it, you know? And I think for some of you, it could be that because you could be getting to the point where you feel really pushed and there's been something maybe on your heart for a while. And you may get to a point where you just kind of blurt it out or you say some shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I think it might be coming from a place of insecurity or not feeling valuable or not feeling valued. And so the Queen of Pentacles in reverse can show up when maybe she's put too many people, or he has put too many people before herself to her own detriment. And so now it's making you more mad. Now it's causing you to dig your heels in even more, but it's like you're digging your heels in, but you got loose lips flying. Like, I really feel like you might say something that you can't take back. Like the toothpaste, you can't put it back in the tube. And some of you might own it and be like, I said what I said, you know, and to each their own. Absolutely. But it could be that money's not doing that well also, which is kind of killing your self-esteem a little bit. Make sure, like, what I want to say for this, the resolution for this is definitely self-care. Yeah, look, devil. And these can be like old toxic wounds that are kind of coming up within you. Be careful that it's not taking control of your life because that devil energy can really just fester and just make things worse and worse. There can be addictions, insecurities, all fears, all of those kinds of things. Then we have the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Cups. There's maybe a relationship that's been established in your life, whether this is like a family relationship or a love relationship, whatever the case may be. But you may feel like somebody's lying to you. Like it's weird because it's showing up as a lot of emotional support in one way or another. But that Nine of Swords tells me that it's stressing you out. Why is it stressing you out? The Ace of Swords in reverse. So it can be arguing, it can be a lack of clarity, it can be lies, deception, etc., which is once again stressing you out. Or maybe it's that you're concerned that somebody else is in a relationship or family issues. What's that Ace of Swords in reverse? The Two of Pentacles in reverse. Can be over money, like somebody lied about money or somebody's being shady about money or something like that. It's like the love is there, but something's not adding up. King of Wands in reverse, Six of Pentacles, and Six of Wands in reverse. Well, this is supposed to be what you have to look forward to. So for some of you, have you been dealing with a real ornery asshole? Hakeem, thank you so much for the super chat question. If you've been dealing with an ornery asshole, if you've been dealing with somebody that is in their ego, somebody who's on a power trip, something like that, then I think this is probably going to be the time where they maybe get humbled. Maybe that's something that you need for you, you know? This person could end up giving you money, or this person, or you could end up kind of giving this person some advice, you know, like, hey, just letting you know. But it makes me feel like, also for some of you, if you feel like you've been being overlooked, you know, underpaid, something like that, I definitely think that this is the time where that turns around for you. Mercury. Well, see where Mercury is going retrograde in your chart right now, because Mercury is currently retrograde. And then we have Mars. Then we have Mars. Okay. So Mercury and Mars are retrograde. So that's actually really funny. And then, so remember when I said be careful of what you say? That Mercury and that Mars energy. You want to put Mercury and Mars together. You might as well put Mars in the third house. And Mars likes being in the third house, but you know, if you look at it from a retrograde perspective, for instance, it can really come out as nasty, petty things being said because we're hurt or whatever the case is. So just be cautious with that, because that can definitely come out wrong. But it can be asking you to initiate some kind of communication that you need between you and another person, and maybe needing to cut the bullshit, you know, whatever that means for you, especially because it says be bold and make the first move. So I want to say, like, if you have something on your mind, it's okay to say it. It's okay to do it. Just watch how you're saying it. Because remember the toothpaste and the tube analogy, right? So something to think about. Thank you so much, Gemini. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so right here on YouTube. Retro party? No. No, no, hate it. Although I think Mercury has helped me out a little bit in my own way. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Cancer. You're welcome, Easy Dean. All right, Cancer. All right, Cancer. Let's see what you got going on. The Tower. There's Mars again. So this is definitely some blow ups, some tantrums, some catalysts coming in. The Tower comes in when we refuse to make a change, and now the change is being made for us. And it's definitely something that's very uncomfortable. It's something that we've been clinging to for a long time, whether it's a person, a job, a thought process, an emotion, negative coping mechanisms, whatever it is. So it's like, okay, you're not going to make this change. It's going to be made for you. And I know that sounds really crappy. It can be around how you think, but all it's doing is trying to clear out the rubble. All it's trying to do is trying to get you to think differently. Now, for some of you, you could be the tower moment because you're showing up as a masculine energy. You could be that tower moment there with that King of Swords where you are saying something that may really end up mm, crumbling something to the ground. But the tower shows up when it's because something must be rebuilt. The Eight of Cups, you may be walking away after this. This is kind of like a mic drop moment where you're saying something and then this is like coming into somebody's house and being like, "Hey, these walls really need to be remodeled," and like taking a hammer to it and then like looking around at the damage and then like dropping the hammer and being like, "Okay, well, I hope it works out." So just be cautious with that. Tell me about that tower. The Wheel of Fortune. I like that. So it is a catalyst for change, but it's because you may want something to move forward. Like if you're initiating this tower moment, which I kind of wonder if you are, but because you may be initiating this tower moment, it is to be able to have more expansion in that area of life. It's like almost like good intentions, but it may be coming out the wrong way, or like in your like you're trying to be fair with that King of Swords, and you may even be saying something true or logical, but I also want you to be careful that just because you say something that's true doesn't necessarily mean that there's not another way to say something. Do you know what I mean? The Judgment, reconciliation energy, a big judgment call. You could be reconciling with someone this week. The Knight of Wands, something could be igniting your passion. There may be somebody here who's coming towards you with that Knight of Wands because this is external from you. This could be a male figure trying to get you to make a decision about something big, something that you're passionate about, something that's been on your mind, something that's part of your bigger path. Ooh, the Empress. Well, if you're showing up as the masculine and we have masculine energy here, there's an Empress energy here. I feel like you may be the one taking action towards this person. Or it could be that this person is reconciling with somebody else. But there's somebody who's very beautiful here, very creative. This is somebody who's, isn't going to chase you down for a day old wiener kind of person. They seem to be in their sovereignty. They seem to know their worth and their value, etc. And I don't know what this has to do with this, but I think something may be being rebuilt here. But that Judgment is also about accountability. And sorry, this is a damn mess. This is also about accountability. And I feel like that's what you may be needing to do, or maybe they do. But that Empress is there looking in the opposite direction, like looking forward. It's almost like she's not, she's focused on something else, or he, whatever. The Two of Wands in reverse, the Page of Wands in reverse, and the King of Pentacles. So even though there may be some hiccups, even though there may be some kind of indecision, even though there may be some delays and, maybe some arguments or whatever the case is, it feels like either a business deal, a client, something going on with your financial stability may be doing really, really well. Or maybe it's that you actually enter some kind of commitment, whether that is platonic, whether that is business related or romantic with that King of Pentacles there. But the King of Pentacles is an indication that you're stable. Then we have water for your advice with activated earth, power places, trust where you're led. Luck is on your side. So I love this. So this is telling you to listen to your gut instincts, but this is also telling you to connect with emotion, compassion. This is saying to connect with your heart space, your level of vulnerability. This may be asking you to take a more vulnerable, compassionate approach as opposed to a, not saying you can't be logical, but remember when I said it's not about what you say, but it's how you say it? And with you showing up as the Tower and the King of Swords, that may work on, like, a field of Vikings going to war, right? But it's like if you're trying to get more bees, you're not going to get them with vinegar. You're going to get them with honey. You know what I'm saying? And so, I think that that's how you can gain some kind of power and some dynamic here. And I think that you have some kind of luck on your side. Maybe God's looking out for you. Maybe it's the stars, whatever it is. But compassion is what's going to get you forward. Okay. So thank you so much, Cancer. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so right here in the chat box below. Let's move on to Leo. Let's see, Leo. Leo, Four of Cups in reverse, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It seems like you're a little disappointed. A little disappointed. This can definitely be you being in this kind of like poor me energy a little bit, like, oh, my time was wasted, or I'm never going to get that return on my investment, or I'm getting impatient. When am I going to get that return on my investment? Whatever that may look like for you, whether that's romantic or financial. I definitely think there could be a financial component to whatever this is, but it's definitely that, because if you put the Four of Cups in reverse alone, it can represent like, oh, yay, we're getting out of this rejection energy. We're not being rejected, or we're seeing now what we have to work with, or when we didn't before, or, this poor me energy, or their spoiled brat energy, we're coming out of it, right? Because that can be the Four of Cups, right? It can be like that kind of spoiled brat energy a little bit, feeling entitled, The Four of Cups in reverse on its own can represent the opposite of that sometimes, but it's next to the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, which tells me that we're not quite there. It tells me that you may still be wasting time viewing something in a certain way, when if you just kind of flip the script, or if you just kind of flip the perspective, you could actually make something work for you in a positive direction. Yeah, it can be around a relationship, it can be around a divorce, it can be around something established, or something that you thought was more solid, or that you had in the bag. And I don't mean to sound like super shady, right? Or make it just like, oh God, it's going to be a terrible week. It's going to it's going to be what you make it. It's going to be what you perceive it, because there's a way to turn this around, but it's about turning your perspective first. The Seven of Swords in reverse. The Page of Swords in reverse. There could be a younger Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius here. I think that for some of you, you can feel like there's some gossip, rumors, drama going on, especially, hello, Venus opposite, you know, Venus opposite Mars, Karmic Karen. Thank you so much. It's nice to see you. There can be some gossip, rumors, drama going on. There can be somebody who's confessing something to you, or somebody who is confronting you about a situation. Then we also have that full moon square Neptune on Friday, Saturday, wherever you are in the world. But that can be some hazy stuff. There can be rumors. There can be, people getting paranoid, misinformation, things like that, especially when you have a full moon in a mercurial sign like Gemini and then squaring Neptune. It can be like, wait, what? They said what? Wait, what? Did that really happen? So there can be a lot of like questioning kind of going on. But I think I like that the Page of Pentacles is here. There could also be a younger earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So it makes me feel like there's somebody here who is being honest with you, or confronting you about a situation, or they have a guilty conscience about something. So they're being honest with you about that, but they're giving you an opportunity to something. They're either giving you an opportunity to confess, they're trying to learn something about you that they may have been misinformed about, or that they were taking the wrong way, or that something that they heard where they're not really sure that's true. Something you have to look forward to: the Chariot in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Eight of Wands in reverse. So if there's been any halts in like a situation, I think that some honesty Some honesty is going to clear that blockage out. So, for instance, if you have been trying to collaborate with somebody on YouTube, but you haven't really heard from them. And then they're like, hey, like, you haven't heard from me because somebody said that you didn't actually like me and you didn't actually want to collaborate with me. Like, is that true? And then it's like, you're like, what? No, I never said that. And then things can get cleared up and you guys can move forward. And I'm not saying it's a YouTube collaboration. Just apply that as you may on your thing, okay? Or on your life. What's up, Dark Matter? It's nice to see you. House 5. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life, and step out of your comfort zone. So this is asking you to do something a little bit different or handle things a little bit different than maybe you normally would. House 5 can talk about entrepreneurship. It can talk about artistic creative ability, a sense of self-expression, having fun, etc. So maybe it's asking you to take a bit of a lighthearted approach, or maybe it's telling you that there's something that you're destined for that's maybe not what you think it is. So maybe if you are, maybe you're supposed to be a painter, maybe you're supposed to be a pianist, whatever the thing is. And so it's telling you to kind of get comfortable with being uncomfortable and push yourself a little bit. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Leo. Thank you so much. If you want to book a super chat question, you can do so right here in the chat box below. Alrighty. Let's move on to Virgo. Huh? Oh, bitch, I wasn't talking about me and you. I didn't even think about that. I was like, wait, what? I wasn't talking about us, bitch. I was just using that example because that's what I know. You know what I'm saying? All right, Virgo, let's go ahead and do this. All right, Virg. Shut up, Kismet. All right, Virgo, let's see what you got going on this week. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. I like it. So, a new opportunity may be coming in. This can certainly be something that is financial, but it's something that has the potential to have longevity, something that can last in your life for a really, really, really long time. And it's something that brings a bit of a stable energy. Let's see what's that's about. The Hermit in reverse. Okay. Ooh, I love this. Are you kidding? This is so cute. Oh, I love this. So, Virgo, if you've been kind of a hermit, right? If you've been taking a back seat, if you've been kind of solo a lot, if you've been kind of hiding out, if you've been by yourself, I think that this is like your coming out moment, or this is going to be a time where um so a lot of you have been going through like a dark night of the soul, or you've been kind of on this self-healing journey, this journey towards more self-awareness and understanding of self, and maybe your talents, gifts, skills, abilities, the way that you express yourself. And I think that you're actually like, there's something that you're doing. Like, the best way I can explain this, right? And I'm only using this example, right? Because this is like something I can think of, but let's say that you are a writer, but you have like stage fright, or you have social anxiety, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go up there and I am just going to do spoken word on Friday. I'm just going to do it. You know, I'm not saying that that's what it is, right? But it's something around that, and you seem to be having a really positive mindset. You seem to really be open to ideas. You have more of an understanding of who you are and the way you want to express yourself and what it is that you're trying to build. Something external from you. Moon in reverse. 5 of Cups in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse. Ugh. Something may be revealed to you. And it may like break your trust a little bit, or it may trigger your trust issues a bit. But there does seem to be a letting go, a sense of forgiveness, a perspective of being able to see the silver lining in something that can be so ugly or tired or exhaustive. And while it feels like it kind of pulls you down, I don't think that sun in your energy is going to let it. Oh, good. Something you have to look forward to is the world, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Five of Pentacles. If you've been having issues around like abandonment wounds, self-worth, self-value issues, any fears around money, et cetera, things like that, certain things in your life that have been quite draining, I think that this is the time where we can get closure. We can get closure for those things, where we can evolve from those things, where we can move on from those things. For some of you, you are maybe completing some kind of project that's very important to you that's going to bring more financial abundance into your life. A lot of you are just simply pouring into yourself as much as you can and taking chances at life. And it seems like you're achieving something because of this. What's up, Infinite? We have mutable, perspective, none of this matters, zoom out, common ground, and the end of a tough cycle approaches. So that's what I think that world energy is, because this is Saturn, and then you have full moon in Capricorn. Saturn rules Capricorn. So interesting. It's asking you to go with the flow of something. It's asking you probably to also see the bigger picture. And with that, none of this matters, etc. Don't get bogged down in these minor details of life. It doesn't mean that the details don't matter, but it means that there's something bigger than the details that you need to take a look at now, or that you need to put your focus on. And that's how the end of a tough cycle is really going to end, or the end of a tough cycle is really going to approach. That's what I meant. Okay. So try to go with the flow this week, which should be pretty easy for you guys. You guys are a mutable sign. But thank you, Virgo. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so right in the chat box below. Okay, let's move on to Libra. No, no, God. I've had people do that before, like exes, all kinds of like, are you talking about me? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not. Not even thinking about that. All right, Libra, let's see. Four of Swords in reverse. You're welcome, Turquoise. Queen of Wands in reverse. Not my favorite, You seem to be a little stressed out this week, and I really think that it's because you're having a hard time accepting something about maybe not necessarily yourself. It can be that there's something external from you that's triggering these feelings, okay? But it's more of an energy of I'm upset on how I'm reacting to this, or that I feel this way about it. Why do I feel this way about it? And I really want you to take a look at that and ask yourself, like, not why is this person pressing my buttons, but why is there a button to press in the first place? And getting down to the root of it, getting down to the nitty gritty, the nerves, the roots of why that may be. Because it seems like you're feeling a little spicy. And I think that we all are. Hello. You got to think that your ruler is also going to be making an opposition to Mars retrograde. Not fun, not exciting, hate it, right? 0 out of 10, would not recommend. Can be spicy, can be exciting, just depends. But with what I'm seeing with your energy, yeah, you're kind of like, I have other stuff to do. I can't be dealing with this. This is stressing me out. Like, I don't need another straw on the camel's back, right? Because it's not going to break me, bitch. It's going to break you. Okay. That's kind of where you're at a little bit. And Libras, y'all can be real spicy. The Four of Pentacles, it makes me, I don't know why I'm getting this, but I'm picturing this energy of like somebody passively aggressively trying to rile you up and then being like, oh, what are you talking about? I'm just sitting in my cubicle minding my business. And it's like, no, you're not, bitch. Yeah, see, told you. Then the Magician in reverse, somebody who's a trickster energy. See where maybe Mercury is going retrograde in your chart, that may indicate who's doing this. So for instance, if Mercury is going retrograde in your 10th house, maybe it's a superior, maybe it's a father figure. If Mercury is going retrograde in your fifth house, maybe it's a child, maybe it's a romantic partner, maybe it's somebody you're intimate with or sleeping with or something like that. But it's almost like, yeah, see, it's like they're being emotionally manipulative. It's like they're being passive aggressive. And then, like, Page of Cups in reverse can be naive, like somebody being naive, like, what? Huh? What? Uh, what did I do? I'm just minding my business. I think that's what's really pissing you off. Something you have to look forward to. Ooh. I think that whoever's messing with you, right? It could be at work for some of you with that Eight of Pentacles in reverse. But if there's somebody messing with you, I think that somebody has your back. And I think this person is a bulldozer. Like, I think that this is somebody who's very Martian in nature, but somebody who's a leader, somebody who has a lot of power, somebody who's very straightforward, somebody who's more Aryan like more Aries. And I think that if you feel like you've been hacking away at something or someone or whatever the case, and you feel like you're not getting anywhere, I think that this is the time where somebody kind of helps you out, like feels as though somebody has your back. Now, for others of you, if this is you specifically, then I think it's you maybe taking charge, you having a very strong determination to get to some kind of level of power. And I think that you do, especially after a long time of like being critiqued or being very hard on yourself, etc. Gemini, maybe you're dealing with one or you have those placements. Empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours, and then full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. So I like that we have your air brother and sisters here with the Gemini and the Aquarius energy. This tells me that something positive is going to come from this. I feel like it's asking you to kind of go with the flow when it comes to communication, when it comes to your thought process, etc. And it's probably telling you not to absorb somebody else's negative projections about the insecurities that they have of themselves, because they're likely trying to rile you up because that's going to make them more secure to get some kind of um to pull like a reaction out of you. Does that make sense? Like, oh yeah, she. And what's up, Cassie? Thank you so much for that super chat question. Good to see you, baby. Oh, see, now I'm the shit, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the Venusian person. I got to rise out of them. You got to be careful with that. But just be authentically you, baby. The good version. Thanks a lot, Libra. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so in the chat box below. Okay. A bitch is tired. I had a fucking day today. There you go, Infinite. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and see Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. If you're a Venus and Scorpio like me, hi. Let's see your energy. The Knight of Swords in reverse, the Two of Swords. Okay. Do I say the thing? Do I say the thing? Maybe I just don't say the thing. It seems like you're in a group setting or you're with a group of people. And these can be friends, this can be a workshop, this can be a community of some sorts, but it seems like you're trying to avoid conflict. You're just kind of like, I'm not going to say the thing. And you're a little indecisive about it as well. You're like, should I say this or not? It seems like something that could be like an underlying trigger of yours. For others of you, it can just be that you're not trying to kick up any dust, you're not trying to start any drama, and that's something you certainly don't want to do. Like, definitely not during Mars retrograde. Anybody that starts a fight now is more likely to lose. Okay, so this is definitely not the time to start fights, and I think that you have the right idea, especially because your co-ruler is retrograde. Now, with your other ruler, Pluto and Aquarius, this can certainly be you getting out and you socializing and you being a part of a community, et cetera, and doing those things and even finding your power within those dynamics. But I also think that this can be you being uncertain whether or not to reconcile with a person, whether that's romantic relationship or otherwise. Ooh, Seven of Wands. Seven of Cups. Don't tell me another seven is going to drop. Knight of Cups. Scorpio, what are you doing to him? Um, love it for you. Now, this is outside of you. I think that you have a lot of options in regards to love. Okay. If you're looking for love, even if you're in a relationship, there just may be a lot of people that are attracted to you at this time. I really feel like with that 7 of wands, there may be somebody specifically who is very much intending to fight for you, to compete for you in one way or another. And I think that they're trying to cut through the fog, or they're trying to cut through the mess of the other people that are looking at you, or it's almost giving me that vibe of like, now this is really stupid. This is a really dumb one. I don't go to the clubs, I don't go to bars, I don't do any of that stuff. But like, and this is a really corny example, okay, so forgive me, but it's like when you see in the movies, like a really hot girl walks in, and then like it's a group of guys and like, oh no, I'm gonna get, oh no, me, oh no, and then like obviously the betas always fall back in line, and then the alphas freaking, take the lead or whatever. It's kind of giving that, but like you're the hot girl or guy that walks into the club. You know what I'm saying? It's giving that energy. Like, it feels like somebody is fantasizing about like a crazy, like, sexual fantasy, but they're also acting on it as well. And I don't think this is somebody who's afraid of some measly little competition that's nothing to them. Careful of obsession, especially with that Venus opposite Mars energy this week. 4 of wands in reverse for something that you have to look forward to. Okay, immediately what I got with this, and I have to say it because my intuition is that's what my intuition told me immediately. 4 wands in reverse and the 8 of swords in reverse. I don't know why, but it makes me feel like you're afraid to go out this weekend, or you're afraid, or you don't want to, or something like that, or you hesitate, or you almost don't go. And then you're so happy that you did, or something like that. That's what I'm getting. Like, maybe you're just moseying alone at home, and a friend's like, "Oh, come on, come to the thing with me," or whatever, "Come to the event." And you're like, "Oh, I'm fine." And you make that sacrifice, and it gives you a whole new perspective on something. I want to say it's worth the sacrifice, whatever that may be. Aquarius, friends, groups, communities. I'm sorry. Is a friend apologizing to you? Or is it telling you to apologize to somebody else? What I want to say, Scorpio, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself when it comes to who you're associating with, or if you're feeling like, oh, should I say the thing? Should I not say the thing? You can say the thing. It's just how you're saying it. It's kind of like I was telling the Cancer. It's really how you're saying it. But you may meet somebody, or you may see somebody maybe from the past, or something like that, that triggers something in you, and you feel the need to apologize. I would do it if for some of you, if you feel the need to. Okay? For others of you, it can be about don't be sorry. Like all the work that you've done on yourself up to this point, like for instance, if you do meet somebody and you're like, oh God, this is like the same person in a different body, right? Regarding maybe toxic past relationships that you've been in, this would be the time to break free from those chains and not repeat cycles. Okay, it can be that as well. So thank you so much, Scorpio. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so right here in the chat box below. Ah! All right, let's do Sagittarius. I need a night out, but when night comes, I don't wanna. I I really don't like loud. I don't like loud stuff. I don't like loud noises. I don't like being around loud crowds. I don't like that. Like I can't hear myself think. I like my own company. I genuinely like my own company. And I don't like the I don't like loud people. I don't like, which is so funny because that's exactly who I was when I was drinking. And that person is not really me. Like, I don't know what that was. Boombastic, what's up? cheating on a situationship? No, it's not cheating. If someone's keeping you in a situationship, to me, they're just happily giving you an opportunity to meet another man or woman, whatever you're into. I don't care. No, you're gonna keep me in a situationship, or you're not gonna try to put a ring on it. You're not gonna try, or you're not gonna at least give a full commitment. Like, no, you're just, this is a joke. You're the punchline. What's up, Malik? That ain't cheating, baby. Okay. You're welcome. Not that you asked for my 2 cent opinion, but it's just like, that's just my thoughts. Ooh, girl, I need to get my freaking highlights done. I like my natural color, but I need a little bit of pizzazz. I'm a rock musician, but I couldn't be on a loud rock stage. Yeah, I don't like loud noises. I don't like it. I don't like that. All right, let's see. Sagittarius, the 9 of Wands. Okay. 9 of Wands, Justice in reverse. For some of you, you're defending yourself against something, like either an accusation or actually something wrong that you did. I need one more for that. The Devil. Ooh. Okay. This is giving me like, and I'm not saying that this is what it is, but this is what it reminds me of. It reminds me of somebody who It reminds me of somebody who, for instance, right, has been having a really hard time with an addiction, let's say, right? Really hard time. And it's been ruining their relationships, ruining their life, you know, just deteriorating their body or whatever it is. Like, if you can think about everything that could go wrong, this would be it with that Devil and the Justice in reverse. But that 9 of Wands is here, and that's Moon in Sagittarius. So some of you can be a Moon in Sag, but this is somebody who has the fight left in them. And maybe it's, negative relationships. Maybe it's your own wrongdoings. Maybe it's a lot of fear standing in your way, things that are really knocking you off your horse. But what I like about it is that you have the will. And if there's a will, there's a way. You kind of still have your boxing glove you still have your boxing gloves on. You're a little sweaty, you got some bruises. One of your teeth has fallen out, right? figuratively speaking, but you're still standing and you're like fighting the good fight, even if this is like a toxic relationship. I want to say, and want to address or ask you, what is it that you're fighting for? Are you fighting for balance, or are you fighting against it, trying to fight for something that keeps knocking you off your horse? Oh, Boombastic, I love you. Thank you so much, baby. Everybody hashtag Boombastic, please. It's nice to see you, baby. Thank you. The Magician, the 5 of Wands, the Page of Cups in reverse. Who does this remind me of? Libra. This reminds me of Libra's the thing that was external from Libra. Somebody here has a great way, I think, to maybe rile you up. Somebody here it's somebody who is, let me put it like this. This to me is a person. This may be somebody you have children with, or this is somebody who it could be a Virgo, a Gemini, or this is somebody who has a lot of talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, and they're really great with manifesting their desires, or they're really good with words, But the magician can be tricky too, though. The magician can be somebody who's kind of a bit of a trickster. And so I feel like you have somebody who is like manifesting some kind of argument with you or some kind of fight with you. This really reminds me of Libra's thing. And then it's like they're almost like playing victim maybe with that Page of Cups in reverse. So like It's like, I had an ex that did this. They would try to rile me up and say really terrible things to me, and then when I reacted, they'd be like, "Oh, wow, look how crazy you are. Oh god, I'm so hurt. I can't believe you'd say those things." Like, "Bitch, you know what I mean? Are you fucking crazy?" That's what this reminds me of. Nine of Swords, King of Cups, the Three of Swords in reverse. Some of you are actually talking to a therapist or you're talking to a masculine energy who really has your back. Okay. For some of you, if you're looking for love, you can certainly find it and that can help you. This person can help heal your heart, or this person can help get whatever this is off of your mind. For others of you, no, I feel like that's what it is. Even if you guys have like a marriage partner or something like that, or if you've been worried about a marriage partner or, just like losing your mind over whatever this is, I feel like there will be some kind of understanding. House two, all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. You're very close to achieving your goal. So it can also be something financially, right? Something to think about. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're trying to fight to balance your finances. I can see that as well. But house two can also be like your worth, Are you fighting for something that wouldn't fight for you and is just simply fighting against you? And it's asking you to possess your power, to wield your power, because house two can be about what we possess and it can be about our talents. And just because somebody is talented at getting you to is talented at riling you up, you also have your own set of skills and talents and gifts and abilities, and it's important that you remember those. And understanding that even though you may be at a hiccup right now or you feel like you're in a boxing ring, you will still get to where you need to go. And the goal that you've had in place for a while, you're going to reach it soon, especially because that Nine of Wands can talk about you're close to the Ten of Wands, which talks about an accomplishment. More responsibility, but still accomplishment. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so right here in the chat box below. Yes, it is Cappy time. All right, Capricorn. Hey, Rachel, you can send it right through YouTube. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Well, you're showing up as a masculine energy. So for my feminine Capricorns, this could be reversed. There's definitely an energy of trying to, let's see. I don't like that. Oh man, I don't like that at all. So let's talk about it, right? The Emperor there with in reverse, mind you, with the Four of Cups and the Lovers in reverse, you may feel like there's a disconnect between you and another person. And it can feel very misleading or it can be very upsetting to you. You could feel really rejected. But that Four of Cups to the Emperor in reverse is like somebody who's throwing a pity party, someone who doesn't see what's right in front of them, somebody who's taking another person for granted, somebody who's taking a connection for granted, somebody who's taking their own life for granted in some way. And with that Emperor in reverse, that tells me that there's a lack of maturity on your part. It tells me that you're trying to control something that you just simply can't, or you're trying to control something with the logic of somebody who is like, you know, like the mind of a teenager, or you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you are like this all the time or this is who you are at the core or anything, But the Emperor in reverse is somebody who doesn't get their way, so they need to be passive aggressive, or they become very abusive, right? Hopefully not. They can become very abusive because they feel like they don't have control, or they don't have the lead on something, or they can be emasculate themselves or feel emasculated, and which can wreak havoc on everybody around them. So I want you to really be careful with your mood and how you're connecting to others, and the way that you're also connecting to yourself and your own sense of ego, because it could be very disrupted. And with that 4 of Cups energy there, it's very much like throwing a pity party, throwing a tantrum because you're not getting something that you want, but you're wreaking havoc on everyone else around you because of it, or on a specific person. Not the pity party again. I said what I said. 8 of Swords in reverse, the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles. This is somebody external from you. I feel like somebody has, listen, I'm going to be real with you, right? If you've had your claws in somebody for a while, if somebody's been really stuck on you for a while, I don't think that they are. I think that this is somebody who's very focused on themselves. They seem to be very happy. 2 9s, or just nines in general in the tarot, is a sense of independence. It's a sense of being able to stand on your own 2 feet, even if your voice shakes, or whatever. And it doesn't mean that this person is not open to relations with others, or is not open to a relationship, or whatever the case, but they're happy with self. This can be somebody who's enjoying the finer things in life, or enjoying luxuries, or getting in touch with their creativity in some kind of way as well. And for some reason, it feels like you're mad that they're happy without you, or you're mad that they're not acting like they need you, or something. 10 of Cups, for what you have to look forward to with the look at that, the 6 of Wands and the High Priestess. So it tells me that there is potential here. There's potential for something. Well, we'll look at advice in a minute. But the 10 of Cups tells me that there is some kind of relationship, or there is some kind of successful, um, uh, maybe family connection, or family emotional support, or emotional support from a partner, or something like that. And it seems like you're getting credit for something as well, or you're getting that pat on the back, or whatever the case. So what I want to say is act accordingly, act in alignment with the things that you want. You know what I mean? Earth, stay grounded. Double mission, light worker, star seed, save the world by being you. And then look at the bigger picture. So it's saying that you have something to bring to the table. Okay. So this may be like a sense of feeling emasculated in some way, like you feel like somebody doesn't need you. Just because somebody doesn't need you doesn't mean that you don't have something to bring to the table. Just because somebody doesn't need you, or isn't clawing at your door, doesn't mean that they don't value. Wouldn't it be better to have somebody who doesn't need you but wants you? Wouldn't you feel like that's more authentic to who you want to be? And it's asking you to look at the bigger picture of something. And if you want this person, for instance, whether it's like you want to be a part of this team, or you want to be a part of this relationship, or whatever the case, then you need to act in accordance with what it is that you want. For instance, if I want to go and get a corporate job, right? If I want to go and get a corporate job, I'm not going to show up in a teddy and 5-inch stilettos and 80s hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, what does that mean for you? How do you need to, anyway, so it's saying ground yourself. It's saying that you should be persistent, patient, and practical. All right, that is what I have for you, Capricorn. Sorry, I know that was reversed for some of you, but if you want to book a super chat, you can do so right here in the chat box below. All right, let's move on to Aquarius. I'm dead, Tom. All right, let's see Aquarius. 2 of Cups in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups in reverse. You're not really sure what to do. It seems like you're really taking your time with some kind of decision that has to do with love, in my opinion. Now, this can, of course, be something financially, okay? You could be like, shit, I don't know what the right decision is. You know, you're having a hard time. Like, if it's a financial decision, you're having a hard time, you know, connecting with your financial advisor, your CPA, maybe, you know, and you don't trust yourself to make the decision. This can also be around, like I said, a love connection. And let's like, you're here, like, you're practically invested. You're still living in the house. You're still paying half the bills or whatever the thing is, right? But there's a lot of issues around trust and you're having a hard time connecting with said person because of it. And maybe you're disconnected from them completely, but still being invested to somebody that you're like physically disconnected from is really sucky. And it can be around trust issues, etc. What I want to say is make sure that you're taking care of your emotional health. I don't know what you have to do. Drink some spearmint tea, light some candles, you know, watch your sad girl or sad guy movies or whatever it is that you got to do to get it out, you know. The Nine of Wands, the Star in reverse, and the Four of Wands. You seem something's been going on for a long time, either in regards to a relationship, a family, or a home situation, is what I'm getting with that Four of Wands. And it may be something that you've been fighting for a long time, or something that's been a long time coming, something that you've been waiting for, maybe something that you've been fighting for, moving towards, etc. But it's like you're losing hope in that thing. Why? The Seven of Wands in reverse, because maybe you feel like somebody else isn't fighting for it. Maybe you feel intimidated in some way. Like, for instance, right? Let's say that this is a relationship and you are more somebody who likes to hang back, likes to stay at home, you know, likes to lay low. But this other person is like a social butterfly. They want to go out all the time. They want to do their thing. They want to, and they have like a hard boundary with that, or always want to hang out the boys, or always want to hang out the girls, or something. And you may feel like a sense of like, okay, like what about me? Or you may feel like they're not maintaining the connection in the way that you'd like, or they're not fighting for you, but they're fighting for everything else, or they're fighting uh I don't know, to really keep their independence or something like that. And I feel like there could be somebody here who does seem quite independent. Um and you may feel a little alienated by that in some way. This could also be an issue regarding a home situation, just in general, like something with investing in a house, maybe. Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Three of Wands in reverse. So something that you've been waiting on, or something that you wanted to move forward with, or whatever the case, it seems like it is moving forward. If you've been waiting on some kind of communication, I feel like it's going to come out of nowhere with that Knight of Swords. Like it's going to come in really, really fast. And I feel like you're going to be delivered some kind of knowledge that you have been waiting for, like answers that you were seeking, answers that you were looking for. I feel like you're finally getting it, and it is educating you so that way you can make some kind of educated decision based on whatever the information is that is being delivered to you. Does that make sense? House 1 is your advice. Rick, you're real spicy this evening. Surrender to the sweetness, Venus and Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life, and then full moon in Libra. So we have house 1 and then we have Libra. Now, these are opposing houses. House 1 is a natural Aries house, and then house 7 is a natural Libra house. So the fact that we have house 1 here, and then we also have full moon in Libra saying a win-win outcome is forecast. And then in between that is also Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. I think this is really about you loving up on yourself. I don't give a shit what you have to do. Go to the spa, take care of you, take a bath, get extra sleep, make sure that you're eating right, whatever the thing is, and focusing on your physical appearance for some reason. There's something about your physical appearance, focusing on your physical appearance, your self image, um, how you perceive the world, etc., things like that, your own sense of individuality, because this person, whoever this is, seems to be very focused on that. And so it could be telling you that you need to do the same. Reverse this if you need to. But it's saying that there is some kind of relationship culmination that you can have because you become more independent. You guys are pretty independent anyway, but there's something about focusing on taking care of your body, taking care of yourself, taking care of your image, things like that sense of independence. And then kind of the rest will fall into place. I don't know why I'm getting that. That's what I got. Thank you so much, Aquarius. If you want to book a super chat, you can do so in the chat box below. All right, moving on to the bathroom, actually, because I have to pee, so I'll be right back. Sorry, I also had to make sure. What's up, bestie? I also had to make sure that my kids were brushing their hair and brushing their teeth and all that good stuff. They're so cute. Rachel, just then book a personal. Ah, Rachel, I love you, baby, but saying it 4 times isn't gonna change anything. Okay. All righty. Pisces, welcome. Let's go ahead and check out what you have going on or what you can expect. The Eight of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Okay. Some of you are deciding to walk away from an illusion, something that you feel like isn't necessarily real, something that you feel like is a whole ass lie, a fantasy, a rose colored glasses joke. But I think that a lot of you are maybe having a hard time because you're holding on to some kind of memory. For others of you, you are actually walking away and you're focusing on stacking money, saving up, and focusing on the gifts that you've been given in this life to be able to make uh, um, a life with. But it makes me feel like there's apprehension to you walking away. Like you're like, okay, I'm walking away, and then you're like, you're kind of looking back, and then you're like thinking about, it feels like it's about another person. And I don't know if this is a friend, a lover, whatever the case, but it's somebody that you have a lot of memories with. And I think that it's the memories. I think it was the memories that are keeping you from moving on. You're like, "Oh, the good times," right? Because that's what we do when we try to hold on to people. We convince ourselves all of the reasons why we should stay, and then we start thinking about all of the positive memories, and the positive reinforce, oh well, but they did this and did it, or this was a great memory, but then we have to remind ourselves as well of the negative ones, right? And so I think that you're trying to be realistic, but it may be hard. Two of wands in reverse, two of swords, and the fool in reverse. You have somebody, what's up, Luke? You have somebody that seems to be pretty uncertain about you. Two of wands in reverse can be somebody who's kind of staying in their comfort zone a little bit, even if it's like a job where you're like, hey, I really like want this job, I really want to work for you, and they're like, yeah, like I'll let you know. That it's kind of that energy. And I'm not saying that it's a job, but it seems like there's just too much uncertainty for you to stick around for that, is what it makes me feel like. And it does feel like it's around a very specific person that you have really beautiful memories with, but if they're not sure, that's your answer. It's kind of like when people are like, "Oh, I don't know how he feels about me," or "I don't know how she feels about me." That is your answer. That right there is your answer. you know? Now, don't get me wrong, there are some rare instances where there truly are people that are just absolutely terrified of letting you know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, thanks, Luke. You know? So, no answer is an answer. Silence is an answer. Uncertainty is an answer. Non commitment is an answer. A non reciprocated phone call is an answer. You know? The moon in reverse, the wheel of fortune in reverse. And this doesn't seem positive, right? Like it doesn't seem positive, but this is the positive section of the read. So, with that moon in reverse, it tells me that you're letting go of some kind of fear of letting go of whatever it is that has kept you in this wash, rinse, repeat loop. And I think that you're at this point where you're like, you know what? F it. I think you're abandoning it altogether. It doesn't mean that the memories aren't real, or, your thoughts aren't real, or whatever. Thanks, Rachel. Venus. It's not time yet. Things are being woven. Have faith in your dreams. So, yeah, Venus energy is all about your self worth and your self value. And life is too short to be with somebody who treats you like a fire dumpster, to be with somebody who treats you like a $2 whore on the corner, right? Somebody who doesn't see your worth, somebody who's not willing to, buy you a sandwich at Subway. I mean, my God, right? Whatever the thing is. And so it's asking you to be honest with yourself. Um, What are you asking them to wait on? Four swords in reverse. If you've been wanting to communicate some kind of concern, if you've been stressed out, if you've been wanting to reach out, for instance, now I'm not here to tell you what to do. I can only tell you what I see, and I can only interpret things based around my the potential for my perspective is, which is based around my experience in life, okay? And so I feel like this is telling you to know your worth and kind of suck it up here. And when it comes to your bigger goals, your bigger dreams, it's asking you to focus on those things. So like if this is somebody who, like, you see some of those videos sometimes where they say like, "Oh, Rachel, thank you for that super chat," where they say like, "Oh, I stopped reaching out to people and never heard from them again," or, "I stopped putting up with so much and the relationship didn't work out." Well, that's usually because it was non-reciprocal, or it was not equal, or it was based on somebody manipulating you or taking advantage of you, and that's something to certainly think about, right? And what see, the problem is that I think that what we do a lot of the times is we take it personally. Now I know that's really hard to hear because it's like, well, it is fucking personal. Everything's personal, bitch, right? But what I mean by that is if somebody has an inability to communicate, I'm not interested, or an inability to communicate, um, hey, I really have some problems, and I find that the only way I can get someone to be with me is through manipulation or whatever it is, or if somebody cheats on you, it can feel very personal, but it genuinely doesn't have anything to do with you. It has everything to do with that person. And this can kind of be the type of person, like, this reminds me of the kind of person I dated somebody where I didn't believe that this person, wasn't cheating on me. And he was like, what? You're not beautiful enough to not cheat on? You're not worthy enough to not cheat on? I said, let me stop you right there. Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. If you cheat, if anybody cheats on me, it has nothing to do with me, in my opinion. It has everything to do with you. Tabitha, what's good? Thank you so much. And that's something to think about when it comes to circumstances such as these. Okay. So pause the sex and see what's left in the connection, period. Or it's like those people where you know, they'll like have a problem with you, and instead of just saying like, "Hey, I really didn't like this," they'll use other means. Like I had a guy and he used to give me a lot of money, right? Just Gus. And there was one day where I said something and then I immediately realized like that was kind of shitty, and so I apologized. And then like he started trying to financially abuse me, and I was like, let me stop you right there. Like things like that. I really can't stand it when people like just be honest, just communicate your feelings, and that something made you uncomfortable. I don't need you to play games. That's child shit. Okay. Hold on. Let me make sure those little turds are. I'm dead, poet. Shut up. I have to have an emotional connection before I get up these days. Ugh, it's just not worth it anymore. I'm dead, Tom. Tom's out here actually talking about God. I haven't had Subway in a long time, Tom. Aw, you're welcome, Tom. I hope that you have a really good dance class on Wednesday. I'll just pretend I didn't hear that. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that like passive aggressive, "Oh, I need to feel like I have to humble you," or I feel like I have to do some weird shit to I don't know, communicate that I was upset by something. Like, relax, dude. Nobody gets out alive. Alrighty. Two more shuffles. All right. Shout out to Emily for becoming a dragon. Monica, is this guy going to reach out? Show me the next month. Is this guy going to reach out to Monica? I don't think so. I think he's still hung up on some kind of conversation that you guys had, and he seems to be on some kind of ego trip because of it. I mean, he would have to get over his own ego in order for that to change. Vanessa Williams, hi Violetta, would like to know Cancer's next actions after this weekend. Two of Pentacles, he's keeping the balls in the air. He may be kind of keeping it going here, but there may be something that he regrets, something that he says that he regrets, some kind of sadness. Ace of Wands in reverse, feeling a little lackluster. It's like he's still keeping the balls in the air, but there may be something that he's upset about that he did or that he said or something from the past that he's having a hard time letting go of, that is delaying either the connection or the progression of communication in some kind of way. The King of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. Okay, that's good. So it shows me that there's some kind of turnaround. The King of Pentacles to the Ace of Swords to the Ten of Wands. Hold on. The King of Pentacles to the Ace of Swords to the Ten of Wands tells me that it seems like he's trying to take responsibility for something. He's being responsible. He's showing up as committed in some way. And it seems like he's discussing something with you, telling you a truth, communication, taking responsibility, Ten of Wands. He could be talking to you about some kind of responsibilities that he has as well. Scorpio, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. Your dreams need a practical plan, whatever the hell that means. We have Taurus and Scorpio, and these are kind of opposites here. I'm wondering if it's asking you to either A, be vulnerable with said person, or if it's asking you to use any Scorpio placements that you may have to solve a fucking detective thing. Like, if there's something going on, it may be asking you to uncover those things or ask the hard questions or get down to the nitty gritty. Like, this is not surface level, is what it's telling me, or there's something that needs to be discussed or kicked up that is not surface level. It may also be asking you to use your little spidey senses, listen to your gut instincts when it comes to this person, or there may be something that you and this individual need to expose and or purge within the dynamic. And then it's asking you to activate that part of yourself, like that scorpionic energy. Now, with the full moon in Taurus, your dreams need a practical plan. I'm almost getting like an energy of shit or get off the pot when it comes to this connection, or you need to tell him that he needs to shit or get off the pot. Or there needs to be more, something more practical after we kick up the dust of the underlying energies of the connection. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying. I just say shit and it comes out. So I hope that that made sense. Thank you. Alrighty. Um, let's see. Zaza. Hey V, what did David think about our first date? Is he interested on going out again? What did he think about their first date? Hmm. Six of Pentacles in reverse could be like, I don't know if this is equal. I don't know if I totally want to give to this. Three of Cups can be like, I might want to get back together in some way, but there may be like a friend zone energy going on here. With that Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Three of Cups, like, oh, but yeah, I'll go out with her again, but she's got to pay for her own drinks. Or, like if that's the case now, right? Unless you want to be friends with this person. But I see a desire for reconciliation, but I'm not seeing anything like, ooh, it's almost like this energy of not feeling like he wants to be super generous with his time or money or something like that. So be careful. Sorry, I know that wasn't like the best. Vanessa Williams, I would also like to know Dee's feelings towards me right now. He's kind of hanging back and trying to peep the scene, so to speak. He's trying to gain some form of perspective on a decision that he needs to make, or if he needs to make something right between the two of you, or like a very serious decision that he's wanting to make. It doesn't feel like he has bad feelings, not what I'm seeing from here. He may also feel like there's a sacrifice that he's needing to make in order to bring something in alignment between the two of you. The Ten of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Wands. He could feel like you've overcome something recently, or maybe something that you told him that you overcame. He could look at you like a bad bitch, because you overcame whatever that issue was. It can also be that he's attempting to overcome something within himself or something from the past, in order to follow your lead in some way with that queen. Very strong sexual attraction, definitely thinks you're very sexy, but it's like there's a sacrifice he feels like he needs to make in order to have this. But I don't think he has bad intentions or bad feelings. Hakeem the Dream, what are Izzy's true feelings for me currently? She seems to be a little pissed off, but she may be holding back. I think that there's passion here and all of that good stuff. It seems like there's passion. It seems like, she's holding on to this in some way, but that Queen of Swords in reverse tells me that there's some form of trigger, or maybe she said some really bad things, or maybe she has some things on her mind that she wants to get off her chest, but she's not, or she's trying to hold back in some way. But there's passion here. I'm almost getting like a hate love. Karmic Karen, what are James' feelings for me heading into 2025? The Eight of Wands, the Judgment. I think he wants to move forward with this. If this is long distance, he may want to bring this together. But regardless if it's long distance or not, it seems like he's wanting to communicate something about the two of you coming together, or there may be some movement forward in regards to a really big decision that he needs to make in regards to the two of you, like a bigger picture kind of deal. This may also be him feeling like, all right, you know what, I'm going to take accountability for this thing, or you know what, I am going to reconcile with her, or you know what, I am going to make the big move, or I am going to make the big decision. So I feel like it's positive in my opinion. Cassie, hey gorgeous, tell me something good, please. Show me only the good stuff for Cassie coming within the next 3 months. The Sun in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, and the Hermit. I think that there are some things that really messed with your sense of courage, where you could have felt like you needed to take a step back, or you felt like you couldn't move forward because you had either a lack of optimism, or you felt like you couldn't trust in something, in someone, in yourself. And so that kind of brought you down a little bit, or you felt like it did, but it's almost the building blocks for something bigger for you. And I think that you're going to really see yourself come into this more self-aware, self-empowered journey. Seems like your mind is right. It's almost like sometimes I'm almost getting like don't laugh at me, right? But almost like a like spiritual chiropractor. Does that make sense? Like something that you've been through is knocking things back to where they need to be in some way in regards to who you are, and your sense of self-expression and your sense of self-awareness, and building some kind of courage and confidence that you didn't have before. There was some kind of courage and confidence that was knocked down a little bit in order to build you back up into something. The Hierophant, it like a rock is what I'm getting with that. That Hermit energy, that Hierophant energy, that's really strong earth energy, and you can't move earth. Even if you move it, it's not going anywhere. It might crack a little bit, but bitch, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's like that strong earth energy here. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Swords reversed. There's going to be a time here within the next few months where you may end up getting into a relationship with that Hierophant there. But the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Swords in reverse tells me that you're taking accountability for your own sense of self-worth, your money, your value, putting time and energy into yourself, taking care of yourself, and you're being honest about those things. And what you're doing is you're building some kind of foundation for self. And there may even be a relationship that comes in to help you build that to help you embrace that level of self-awareness and sense of confidence. Fire is your advice, big picture thinking, visionary, inspired ideas. Your commitment is being tested. So, what is it? Fire is about confidence, it's about bravery, it's about taking that initiative in your life. And I want you to remember what those things are that bring that out of you, you know? Is it performing on stage? Maybe you need to go do some spoken word for poetry. Is it I don't know, race car driving, is it going to the library and reading? Is it going on a roller coaster? Is it getting to know new people? Is it joining a group or a community? What is going to inspire the thing in you that needs to grow so desperately? What is that thing? And it's asking you to think bigger than you have before. Um, and especially with all this like Sagittarius and Jupiter and Gemini energy and all of these other things, like think bigger, like aim for the moon and fucking reach another solar system, or even if you reach for the moon and you don't quite make it, you're gonna make it right under there. Do you know what I'm saying? I hope that that makes sense. So think bigger than you have been and stop playing small in an area of your life. I love you, Cassie. Shout out to Boombastic. You are the shit. Then we have my girl Rachel here. How does Amako feel about Rachel? I hope I said that right. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Swords. It seems like he's being pretty logical about the situation. I think that he wants to communicate with you, but that Eight of Pentacles in reverse tells me that he either A, feels like you're very critical of yourself or of him, or he feels like something isn't really going anywhere, or he's part of this mindset where he feels like no matter how much work he puts into this, like it's something's not progressing in some way, whether that's true or not. Rachel, Mako taxi driver yesterday, he went to drop off female client. What did he do after he dropped her off? Page of Wands in reverse and the Empress. There's a feminine energy here, somebody who may be very beautiful, very attractive, very creative, lots of self-worth, self-value energy that this person may have. If there's a baby mama involved, there could have been some kind of issues or some kind of delay between these two. Three of Pentacles in reverse. It seems like he may have been arguing with a feminine energy. This is somebody who's like a mother or a mother figure. Who's this person to him? The World in reverse, somebody that he has unfinished business with is what it looks like. So there may have been some communication, but I feel like he was being really immature about something, and I feel like she was holding her own. Thank you, Rachel. Tabitha. Hi, I would like to know what's in store for my love life in the near future, please. And thank you. I just subscribed, by the way. Oh, love that. Thank you. It says this is your third super chat. Really? Well, thanks. So we have the Tower here. So, this may be if there's been somebody in your life that you've been kind of holding on to or that's been wreaking havoc in your life, it may get to a point now where that's going to change in some way. I feel like it's for the better though. I think that there could be a younger Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that comes in. Let me change this here. With that Page of Pentacles, you could meet this person at work, or this person could be a self-starter, a student, somebody who's an entrepreneur, somebody who's wants to learn about you. Could be somebody from the past as well. This person could kind of come out of nowhere, or this person could kind of come in when you feel like things are very chaotic in some kind of way. Ace of Cups, Temperance in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse. So then we have Sagittarius, and we also have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So it tells me with that Ace of Cups, the Temperance in reverse, and the Knight of Cups in reverse, there can be somebody here who has something to offer, okay? And it could feel really, really great because it's super vulnerable and it's wonderful and it's full of love and all of these things, right? Maybe this is a creative person, but I don't like that Temperance in reverse because it makes me feel like this person is a little out of alignment with what they are offering or what they're saying that they're going to offer in regards to what kind of action that they're taking. So this is the kind of person who maybe is showering you with love, and maybe that is very honest and they're giving you lots of compliments and stuff, but their actions aren't really maybe lining up with what it is that they're attempting to put on the table or saying that they want to put on the table. The Temperance in reverse can also represent somebody who maybe is an overspender or somebody who's doing too much or too much of a good thing. Whoa, relax, And the Knight of Cups in reverse can be somebody who's, be careful. Let me put it like this: be careful of the over idealization of somebody. Because while I think that they're well intended, I think that they're overdoing it a little bit. Like the approach is a little like, okay. House 10 is your advice. The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts, and a time for healing. So, when it comes to your public status, when it comes to your reputation, does there need to be more structure, discipline? Does there need to be more focus in regards to your life mission and your accomplishments and your career, your vocation, whatever it may be? And when you're dating somebody, is that aligning? Is this person aligning with that? Or, it's like the saying where they go, if somebody said, "Oh, you remind me of your partner," would that be a compliment? And are you making sure that you are aligning yourself with those kinds of people? I think that with the golden children, inner child tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts, when it comes to your reputation, when it comes to your public status, when it comes to what it is that you're trying to achieve, I feel like it's asking you to have almost this young heart about what that looks like for you, being explorative, getting excited over small things that you feel like you can achieve, achieving small wins even and celebrating those small wins, things like that. Breathing more life into that area of your life. And there may be something around, potentially, if that's not what it's about, it could be saying that there could be some father issues or issues around patriarchal figures in your life. That can be house 10 in regards to your childhood, inner child, golden children energy, and then a time for healing. And somehow that may affect how you choose partners potentially, or the relationship that you have to a partner. Maybe asking to look at those things. Thank you, Tabitha. Vanessa Williams. Love you. Don't know what you meant by Cancer's actions towards me and keeping balls in the air. Like, so for instance, the Two of Pentacles, it can represent somebody who is like, if this is somebody who is trying to maintain the relationship, if he, calls you every day, he's going to continue to do that. He's going to continue to call you every day. He's going to continue to do those things. He's going to continue to send you that good morning text message or whatever it may be. But let's clarify that. Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So, he's trying to have something to offer. He's planting seeds with you. I feel like he may be a little lackluster, but he has the right intention. Like, I think that he's taking a more stable approach, or trying to take a more stable approach, wanting to do things right, and potentially wanting to even commit, wanting to focus on his money as well. I think that he's very focused on his finances, his money, or his practical day to day to keep the balls in the air, so to speak, right? But with you as well, because I like that we're clarifying the Two of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles, with the Knight of Pentacles, with the Ten of Pentacles, because it tells me not only has he already planted seeds with you, but he's making sure he's maintaining that. And even though he may be a little out of energy, or maybe he's not approaching things in the way that he normally would, that Knight of Pentacles tells me that he's taking his time because he may want to do it right. And with that Ten of Pentacles, it tells me that there may be something bigger in the future that he has planned. Thank you, Vanessa. Then we have LJ, the Capricorn's recent thoughts about me and the connection. This is somebody who feels like, sorry, Seven of Cups in reverse and the King of Swords in reverse. So I asked like what this person's like thought about you is, what their like opinion is. I feel like this is somebody who looks at you and does not truly believe that they could ever gaslight you or get one over on you or um manipulate you in any way. I feel like this person looks at you and is like, okay, she gets it, or she's about her business, or she can see through the BS in some way. What does he think about the connection? I would be careful of him playing on any self-worth or self-value issues. Not saying that he's going to do that, but that Queen of Pentacles in reverse and him thinking that that's the connection tells me that he views the feminine as somebody who either A, doesn't take care of herself, which I doubt that is, or the Queen of Pentacles in reverse has some self-worth or self-value issues, or she's going to put everybody else above herself to her detriment. And the Magician tells me that that's him, I think, and he feels very confident that he can manifest what he wants with you, whatever that looks like. Okay, that sounds kind of crappy, but so that's kind of weird because I got like a bit of a, maybe with that King of Swords, he's not sure if he can manipulate you, if that's a thing. He may also feel like when you feel something intuitively, you don't always call it out to avoid some kind of confrontation. It's a weird message. Lee, hi babe. I want to know why I always feel my boyfriend's not telling me something. Is he hiding something? Because you're right. The moon and the seven of swords in reverse. Definitely listen to your intuition. He has a guilty conscience about something. The moon can talk about listening to your intuition. It can also be about hiding shit. And the seven of swords in reverse represents that somebody needs to confess something. So I think that you're right. Rachel, I was at Amako's house 3 days, but he's always working or stepping out. I was told he's doing illegal activities. Is he kidding or something else? No, I think he may have been serious. It could involve money, could be some kind of money here involved. But I asked for reverse no, upright yes. So I feel like he's probably being serious. Then we have Carmen. Will my Leo and I reconcile? Show me the next 3 months. Are they going to reconcile? I feel like eventually yes, but I think that it's going to feel like he's very held aback. So the Hangman in reverse tells me that for a while things are kind of stagnant, nothing is really happening. And then the King of Cups tells me that the masculine, which I imagine would be your Leo, is a rock for you. Like you're communicating with this person and he's in love with you. He is listening to you because the King of Cups, while he is the rock, is the shoulder you can cry on, all of these things, right? He's not always super vulnerable himself. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have the capacity. He does, but he's more focused on being a rock for others. So he may not be super vulnerable, but you're going to feel that the love is there. So I'm going to go with yes on that one. Rachel, the X is here in us or Africa. When you say unfinished business, what do you mean? They may have a child together with that Page of Pentacles there. The Knight of Wands in reverse for unfinished business. It can be like passions left on the shelf. The Knight of Wands in reverse can be he feels like he needs validation from this person. He likes to get this person's attention. The Knight of Wands in reverse can be a bit of a show off. So maybe he likes to show off whatever, but it can be that they either have a business together or they have a child together or some kind of offer there that has been long standing in some way. Third planet astrology. Are me and the current Taurus I'm dating going to last for the long haul? Let's see what's going to happen here. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. One party or both parties could be really finicky, be very critical of the other. It can feel like we keep trying to put an effort, or we're just kind of showing up and it's getting boring. Nothing is really happening here. It could get to a point where it's just like, okay, I'm just going to do my own thing. Well, let me see. Okay. Nine of Pentacles to the Empress. I feel like the feminine energy is going to level up like immensely. Like, because if you look at it, right? I hope you're the feminine. I can't really tell because I can't really see your profile picture, but we got the Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse, and then we have the feminine energy here. Be careful of getting pregnant, because this, thank you, Masha Moaf, or Mash Moaf. Masha? Yeah, Masha Moaf. Be careful of getting pregnant or getting somebody pregnant because that can certainly happen during this time, okay? I feel like if this is you, this energy, you are really leveling up, okay? Because this can be an energy of like, okay, this doesn't really meet my standard. And the Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy, and then the Empress is obviously Empress energy. So if we're going from the Nine of Pentacles to the Empress, this tells me that there's some kind of leveling up that you're doing if you're the feminine energy here, like a true evolution and overcoming something. Is it going to last? Yes or no? Eight of Wands, I think it's going to go really fast. But I also think that you may get to a point where you may realize that this person is not up to a very specific standard that you have. Okay. And just be cautious of pregnancy if that's something that can happen. Alrighty. Okay. Uh, Masha, where do we go? Where do you go? Oh, where do we go? What do you mean? I don't know what she means. All right, I'm just going to pull some cards and see. Like, where are you guys going in your relationship? Oh, what's going to happen with you guys? Okay, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I'm going to pull an extra one. What's that, High Priestess? Okay. I want to say, like, it gets darkest before the dawn. With that hermit energy there, it tells me that somebody is on a very like dark night of the soul journey, this journey of self-awareness. There may be some isolation or some time that somebody is taking to balance themselves. I think that when it comes to the connection with the justice there, I think that everything will be made right in due time. I think that things will be revealed about finances or what action to take. I see the feminine here that is thinking very logically, making moves, taking action towards said person. I feel like we're having honest conversations and we're revealing some truths about finances, about action that we're needing to take, etc. I think that this is positive in my opinion. Now, I think the high priestess in reverse, however, is going to beg for you guys to have true and honest conversations, especially around the things that you guys need to work on individually, and also together. And I think that that's what's going to happen. I feel like if you're the feminine energy here, which I imagine that you are, I like that the Queen of Swords is here because it tells me that you have a very realistic approach to dealing with these conversations and dealing with this relationship. I feel like it's equal, and I feel like it could even reach to a higher level of commitment potentially if it's not already with that Justice energy there. But somebody in my opinion is they're on this like solo journey of kind of figuring themselves out in some way. Oh God, I'm sorry, Masha. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Ah. Okay. Lee, one more question. I want to know how he feels about our connection now after I moved a little bit further. He feels a disconnect. He feels a disconnect. He feels like he doesn't understand, or he feels like you don't, or there's a misunderstanding. But it makes me feel like the nurturing that was there is kind of being taken away a little bit. I don't think he's gonna fight it with that 5 of Wands in reverse. It feels like he's just kinda like, "You know what? I'm not gonna fight it. I'm not gonna get into it with her," is kinda where he's at. What is he hiding from Lee? Another relationship? Ace of Swords in reverse, the 10 of Cups. He could be hiding your relationship to somebody else, or he could have a relationship, or there can be something he's lying about when it comes to his family. Ooh, no. Hate that. Sorry, Lee, I love you. We got Mia. What do I need to know or consider more intentionally with the guy I'm dating? That's a great question. Let's see. You need to ask him about his game plan. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. You know, where's his money at? What's his 401k? What does he plan to do in the next 10 years? Where is he at now? You know, has he thought about retirement? I'm talking about like, I'm not saying that specifically, but I'm talking about long-term goals and where he's at with those goals and what his plans are, what his backup plans are, you know. Yeah, don't avoid it, I wanna say, like, the things that maybe you're afraid to talk about, like the honest, serious questions, the honest, serious conversations, those things need to be had, because it's like we kinda wanna fall into it, we wanna be all lovey-dovey, the sex is great, woohoo, right, whatever, whatever, but, like, at the end of the day, these hard conversations are better to be had in the beginning or sooner than later. And I feel like it come when it comes to like, what does he want, a family? Does he want kids? Does he have a 401k? Blah 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 blah. Right? Whatever his legacy is or whatever his game plan is. 9 of Swords. Does this person have mental health issues? Does this person stress you out? You know, men need to make deposits. And I'm not just talking like financial deposits, but especially when you're a woman, you become the creator of whatever a man is giving to you, right? Not to be gross, but the sperm, the egg, right? So you're going to create and work with whatever said person is giving you. So if a man is berating you, if he is a ghoster, if he is non communicative, what do you think you're going to be able to create with that, with what you have? And how many times are you going to need to refill your own cup because this person lacks making a deposit, you know? And I'm not saying that he will, but it's something to think about. The 6 of Swords. How does he resolve conflict? I think one of the biggest things when it comes to relationships that's so important is how people go about resolving conflict. How much they're willing to accept about themselves is exactly how much progress they're going to be able to make in their own lives and in the connections with others. Because if we don't have a proper relationship with ourselves, if we're not able to be like, you know what, I am kind of an asshole, or you know what, I do kind of have a lot of pride, or then it's pointless because it's just a brick now. Everybody is being met with ego and we can't move forward, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Mia. Priest, Kevin, Cancer, will there be reconciliation with Mora, Virgo? All right, let's see. Mm. Ace of Cups in reverse and the Lovers in reverse. I mean, it doesn't mean that this can't change, but it feels like this is already kind of a draining connection a little bit, or it looks like somebody is just focused more so on themselves. The Lovers in reverse can show up when we have a big difference in morals, values, beliefs, religious, spiritual beliefs, whatever the thing is. Like there's a shaky foundation. Wait a minute, I feel like we skipped a step. We need to go back here. We don't agree on this thing. How can we build a foundation, or how can we build on a foundation with this missing, or whatever the case? So there's something like that happening. This can also be like unrequited love. This can be like somebody is trapped in a third party situation, etc. So right now I'm seeing no, but it doesn't mean that things can't change in the future if God wills it. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys, I'm out of here. I love you. I hope you have a beautiful night. And thank you so much, Rick. Thank you so much, Complexity. Thank you so much to Lori as well. Please have a great night, and I will talk to you guys soon.